Hello everyone, and welcome back to Vampire The Masquerade Coteries of New York. Cause you know visual novels and the reading. So yeah. What sucks though is reading is not exactly my forte. Cause talking for too long causes my sinuses to go all sorts of fucky. Which sucks. And this is all just reading, so yeah. It's not as bad as like say Danganronpa. That was hours of just reading. But yeah. So I have to do this in small parts. So he'll lead you to a luxurious silver Royal Royce and invites you to sit in the back. The chauffeur, a broad-shouldered, clean-shaven, middle-aged guy, starts driving immediately. So where do we leave off? I believe I started telling you a bit more about customs. You've heard the prince refer to our traditions. Chief among them is the masquerade traditions. The said traditions form the core framework for governance among the kindred. Here's the thing. None of this was brought up during, like, say, Bloodlines or Redemption or any of this. But here's the thing. Redemption's barely in the... I'd say barely in the whole masquerade department. Redemption's basically... Okay, you're a vampire. Here's some... Don't do this, don't do that. And you'll be fine. By the way, here's an entirely overly complicated level up screen. Have fun with it. But the 6 traditions. The first tradition, the masquerade, thou should not reveal thy true nature. Second tradition, the domain. The domain is thy known concept. All others owe thy respectful in it. So yeah, basically if you're a powerful enough vampire, you can claim your domain. I'd say in Bloodlines, we weren't really that powerful enough to claim a domain. Like, for example, like how Elysium's are a thing. The third tradition, the progeny. Thou shalt only sire another with the permission of thine elder. The fourth tradition, the counting. Those that create are thine own children. Their sins are thine to endure. The fifth tradition, hospitality. Honor one another's domain. Don't murk each other in their domains. Without the word of acceptance, thou art nothing. The sixth tradition, destruction. Thou art forbidden to destroy another of thy kind. The right of destruction belongeth only to thine elder. See, here's the thing. For the most part, no, these things weren't really a thing in, Bloodlines. And I'm pretty sure LaCroix didn't give a fuck about the traditions. For the most part. I mean, maybe the progeny one. Because here's the thing. Technically, wouldn't he have done the accounting? He would have basically taken over the role of basically, their sire, the player character's sire, so wouldn't our sins have affected onto the prince then, technically, because of that? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he didn't give a shit about the traditions, really, though. And especially the sixth tradition, destruction. I'm pretty sure in Bloodlines no one gave a fuck about that, really. Because, well, no, yeah, you weren't really... Here's the thing, thou art forbidden to destroy another of thy kind. Are you referring to Camarilla vampires, or are you referring to all vampires? Cause yeah, if some of the bots show up and start murking us... yeah, we sort of need the right to be able to defend ourselves, only makes logical sense, but yeah. Cause you know, we murdered a lot of spots. We murdered a lot of average generic vampires. We murdered not really the anarchs, for the most part. Just, we murdered a whole, you know, wherever the Ninth Circle was, the Plague Bearer cult. Those are vampires. We didn't get any, thou must not destroy them. This destruction belongeth only to thine elder. Because I'm pretty sure no one's just gonna go down and capture each of the Plague Bearers and bring them up for public execution. Because no one could be bothered to do that. Anyway, just saying, those traditions don't really fall under most of the categories of what I've had to experience in literally any vampire game until this. It could be because this here was 5th edition rules, which I'm worried about Bloodlines 2 having fucking 5th edition rules and not. And then everyone who played Bloodlines 1 is gonna be, what the fuck is this shit? That's what I'm worried about. When Bloodlines 2 actually comes out, I'm worried about them being, oh yeah, we went with 5th edition rules, and then everyone who played Bloodlines 1 is gonna be like, what the fuck's this shit? Why is the somber part of the camera? Well, this doesn't make logical sense. Exactly. And you might have gathered from us a similar niche the gallery after close time. Comments go into doings tend to be somewhat secretive. We do not advertise for assistance. We allow myths and modern fiction to morph and mud with fat. So, to the vast majority of kind, we made bedtime stories and pop culture icons. The term for mortals largely contemptuous. The phrase kindred economy refers to the world at large, everything. There's that one television show about vampire angels so popular. You shake your head in confusion. She shrugs and hears talking like a little form of teach with them before. Are you referring to Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Our clandestine ways help us remain safe, allow us to explain away the occasional trip up to the rational minds of 21st century humanity, dictate much of our interactions with mortals. Okay, so what's the flip side? So like, what are the perks? So like, what are the perks here? You're a vampire, but you need to keep quiet about it. What's the point? That's the flip side, right? Well, don't get me wrong, we have power. Immense power, influence over mortals, and mortality has its benefits too, of course, but we have many enemies and some know our weaknesses as well. For one, sunlight burns us, that's why we rest during the day. You felt it more like being dead than being dormant, isn't it? We have no choice, we are night dwellers, but day sleepers. Some more folk-related threats are just legends or occasional minor nuisance. Garlic, running water, even religious symbols don't repel us. Well, unless the where it's uniquely pure and godly. They actually are heart, though. That's something to avoid. They do not destroy, but they do paralyze, which under the right circumstances can often be the same thing. That's the reason I have somebody like my trusted driver, Gregory, making sure you're safe when you drift away. We have many enemies, and they often know the advantage lies with daylight. So it's going to keep human friends? I think that having a human in front of you is necessary then, or at least useful. Moderation. And best if they don't know your true nature, so I would say that subordinates are useful but friends. I haven't one of those for many years now. So what about ghouls? Can we get into that? Well, there are set supplies social interactions to blame, but it does really encourage friendships, alliances, and convenience to be broken at whim, yes. That's more like it. A group of vampires arguing united under a common philosophy. The two most widely known sets currently popular in the night are the Camarero and the Anarch movement. Yeah, this shows, I think the Sabbat mostly got wiped out. I think. Long-term solidarity does occur in the camera, but we are a very politicized organization by necessity. Loyalty to your sire, to your prince, and to the set. Vampires be great with a candor to create them. Oh, so they changed that too. 'Cause remember when we talked to Strauss and he was like, my loyalty is to my clan, the Camarera, to the prince. In that order. Guns must remain a distant priority. At best for us to maintain the masquerade and thrive as the years pass. With age comes authority, with becomes influence and power if you wish to reach for them. She seems to be lost and thought and fall silent for a while. Leaving you to ponder all the things you've learned tonight. Also, somehow it's reflecting her, but yet not him. Yet it's facing directly back towards us. Best we don't question it. The affair is absolutely unreal, but as piece after piece of knowledge falls into place, the image becomes almost like an entirely logical jigsaw puzzle. Well, if you wouldn't believe on your own, you've witnessed. Many questions swarm your thoughts, but the one you keep returning to is what your place in this new reality should be. The car stops you in the city in front of an old but well-renovated apartment building. We're here. Would you like to see to your lodgings? By the way, is there no parking lot room? No draft safe room in an underground parking lot for my safety and all that? Don't we jokers, you're not silent fleshing. Ain't quite a stern grasp anymore, and even he won't hold you there any longer than necessary, I think. Come upstairs. She leads you through a small hall. When I go to greets Miss Langley with a good evening, you take the stairs up to the second floor. Sophie opens the door to room 209. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. Said all the amenities you could expect from a modern apartment, and some you would have deemed necessary just the previous night, including thick blinds on the windows. The back room has a comfortable looking bed and a thick steel door with several sturdy looking locks, but no windows. Well, how do you like it? Yeah, this is great, thank you. I'm glad to make yourself at home. Tomorrow we'll take you hunting and discuss the blood in more detail. Let you get comfortable. The keys to the television set will come pick you up tomorrow night. Use the back room for rest. You can lock the doors just in case. Seems but when she leaves, it's like the room suddenly became a few shades dimmer. About the kitchen, hoping to find something to drink. Nothing. No regular food either. Oh, duh. Your strength credit could be a more thoughtful hosting a new site, even avoiding the respect. You briefly wanted the shelf might have a hidden side. Oh yeah, like, hell, even in Bloodlines, when we moved into a new apartment, we still had, like, at least 2 to 3 bags of blood just in the refrigerator, like, seriously. And with nothing left to do, you lie on the couch with the TV playing in the background for company. Columbo reruns. Kojak reruns. President of the United States got himself into trouble again. President of the United States got himself out of trouble again. Fun to start yelling. A retro about things that seemed a little bit less insignificant than 2 days ago. Or drifting off reflecting about an overnight confusing conversation, worldview shattering revelations. How many more before you finally understand what happened to you and what you're supposed to do now? Keep coming back to the life you left before. The people you should contact are the things you want to pick up from your apartment. You wonder when you'll have the chance for either. Sure, for the same tiredness that made you drift into cold sleep last night, you sit in the back room, the bed's comforting. The lack of windows less so. Leave the light bulb on, looking at you realize it's the closest you'll come to staring at the sun on a breezy summer day again, away from melancholy overwhelms you. You probably shouldn't stare at the sun in the first place. That's bad for your eyes. Speaking of, here much later your consciousness fades and you take the plunge into darkness again, sinking. See, here's what I wanted to reach this screen last video before we ended it, but yeah. We were still apparently 17 minutes away. Or at least 15. So yeah, Sheriff. The Sheriff ensures that the traditions and decrees the Prince obeyed, hunts down violation, and delivers into just punishment. In case of minor violations or no enemies of the camera, the Sheriff is usually authorized to act as both judge and jailer, executioner. But when it comes to greater offenses, they would deliver the accused to the court to be judged. Yeah, that's the thing. How often do we see the Sheriff really doing things in Bloodlines? Not that often, to be fair. Like, there was a situation where he murked a couple of Sabat thugs, but that's during the tutorial. Other than that, yeah, for the most part, he just doesn't really do much besides, well, Etika or Sire. And that fight towards the end. Yeah. The problem though is Bloodlines is debatable when you go with the whole how World of Darkness actually works. Cause the problem though is the whole generation bullshit. Cause yeah. There's honestly a very slim chance we could have actually even, hurt LaCroix in any way, because he could literally dominate us. Because A, he has, probably level 5 dominate. B, he has a much lower generation than us, which basically means add that to the dominate score, and yeah. There's no way we should have been able to even touch him if he used that properly. But then there's just the fact that we just ignored, his dominate. For some reason, just plot reasons. I mean, it's cool, but it doesn't make logical pen and paper sense. Just saying. I like this feel of New York where it's just like pulsing veins, basically. Thing is, we can't really do jack shit right now, except rest. Loud noises. It's gonna keep doing that. And fat settings. turn that down a lot. There we go. So hunger is the heart of a vampire's existence. Now we have a tutorial now. In order to tempt the beast to take over in its desire to feed. To open door to feed may threaten the masquerade while staining what humanity you have left. So basically bounce shit. Go to New York. Having high hunger is indicated by progressively thicker, bloody frame around the screen, like the one you see now. As hunger grows, so does this indicator. Your hunger may increase when you call upon your vampiric powers or when you need to mend your wounds after a fight. If your hunger reaches the maximum level, you will receive a warning. After you complete a piece of the story, in order at your own peril. I want to point out that, at the same time, none of this really matters. Some choices may only become visible if your hunger is high enough. Similarly, high hunger may block off some choices, as you will be able to see after pressing continue. Locked off option, you can't do that. To decrease your hunger, you need to feed. Whenever you see a feeding opportunity, you can take the risk to hunt and slake your hunger. Locked off opportunity, feeding opportunity. You will need to keep the hunger at bay if you are to uphold the masquerade and survive the nights that await you. You're still going to come to the same outcome, but it's the journey that matters. But then again, we don't have any options right now, we just rest. We're not even that hungry, we're fine. You open your eyes. The bed isn't warm. The room is filled with artificial light from the ceiling, the solid metal door is closed. Don't you stretch for a bit. So why don't you probably throw the quilt over yourself and snooze a moment longer? That was before. The way you woke up now, you're fully conscious. No grogginess, nothing weighing you down, just an agony in the back of your head. Hunger. Not as severe as the last time, but unmistakably there. You get up and open the door to the main room. Digital clock on the TV shows you the time. 9 p.m. You walk over to the blinds and retract them cautiously. The only light coming in is New York City's artificial nighttime luminous. So that's what your waking hours are going to look like. You missed the sunlight already. Seriously considering just walking out of the apartment. And figuring this all out by yourself, but then you come back to the memory craters inside so I've been raised in the gallery. Maybe sticking around isn't that bad of an idea after all. Keep jumping channels for around half an hour or more. Then switch to streaming sources, almost if the user has a sense of irony. You catch true blood in the flood of recommendations. The doorbell rings. It's Sophie. Hey, good evening, Paul. Slept well? Like a dead man. Here to worry, but not that far from the truth, I suppose. No use dwelling on it, I think you will agree with time. You made the right choice yesterday. I can teach you many things about yourself, your blood, its desires, and its power. We'll begin tonight. Do you know what clan I am? Is it obvious? Thing is, if we were actually playing to our clan thing, we would have probably already been staked and taken out by Crater. You know, if we were playing by our clan thing, it'd be, you know, a modern day Bruja with all rebellious tendencies. But when you're hungry, yes, I'm sure you are. The kind always is. There's only one remedy, the blood. The drinks we had yesterday, Elysium, are not the usual way you slake your thirst. So I will assist you in your first foray into hunting. You need to learn to sense the kind of blood you desire to understand how you can use the kinds of vulnerabilities to your advantage. Predator and prey, huh? Grim. Let me get straight with predators, humans, and prey. That's pretty grim. How would you feel? I remember from the notion of a UO of entry grow beyond it. You need blood to thrive. There are many ways to take it, some more humane than others. We need to find ourselves basically a blood doll, and keep feeding from them every time we need to, and hope they regenerate every time every time we go in and out of a building. Right. When the drinking moderate amounts of it were regularly keep the hunger and the whispers of the beast away. I think yourself monsters, but there was a balance to be found here. The kiss gives the... I was reading that. Yeah, I'm still not a fan of this whole text box and the fact that I have to scroll back up all the time. The kiss gives a kind pleasure. You might remember this from your own race. Some can even become addicted to the sensation, but if you do it right, they tend to misremember your feeding. By the way, Elysium, a place where vampires may go without fear of harm. Core functions in Elysium are strictly kept apart from mortals and surrounded by secrecy, but the Elysium building itself could be a public museum, a gallery, or a club. Burkheimer is an anarch Elysium. The Louvre is a Camarera Elysium. Basically, it's a place where you're not allowed to use your disciplines, and you're not allowed to use weapons, you're not allowed to harm each other. It's all nice, neutral grounds, basically. That kiss, an act of drinking blood, usually from a mortal, kiss causes feelings of ecstasy in those who receive it. You know, just keep going back to the same blood doll every time through a loading screen, and hope they regenerate their blood. After all, vampires do not exist. They are myths, fairy tales, and pop culture remains. That is correct. She gives you a sly, knowing smile. That's why the masquerade is so important, even more crucial when you feed. So how do you select a victim? How do I choose who to feed from? Are there better or worse some targets? Yes, technically there are. That's the kind of easy spray, of course, but much depends on contents. Hunter requires a different approach in busy clubs than it does on an empty street. Time you have the luxury of finding your preference in hunting methods and prey. For now, I suggest experiment in moderation. Feeding from the same area repeatedly can be dangerous, but by branching out you risk that of other kindred on whose domains you trespass. Like for you, which is more forgiving in this regard. They're making it entirely more complicated than, you know, bloodlines in that regard. New York City is somewhat of a unique position. Many of its neighborhoods remain uncontested or unclaimed. So this is a lesson for another time, but keep the following in mind. Take opportunities to feed when they present themselves these upcoming nights. As long as you hunt cautiously and respect the masquerade at all times, you should be fine. Tweet, I want you to join me for a trip tonight. Come downstairs, the Masquerade Coteries waiting for us. The busy streets. I was trying to read. Feels the air traffic noise, pedestrian chatter, and mental smells that disorient you momentarily. These warm bars contain what you want, what you need. Catch yourself, do you really think of these people as just mere sources of blood? Takes a nudge from Sophie to break her train of thought. Her driver opens the door for her and then tips his hat to you, gesturing to the back of the car. Car casually joins the somewhat thin New York traffic. Still busy in a way only one of the biggest cities in the world can be, but compared to the daytime commute, it's a pleasant drive. You barely have time to gather your thoughts and formulate new questions before the car comes to a stop. You're on the tall skyscrapers that make up Manhattan's iconic skyline. Come, Balls. Park the car, Gregory, will you? Driver just nods and Sophie gets out. You join her and the two of you walk through the glass doors together, then take the elevator up. First now is an empty stage with instruments of a string quartet still in the back, then take in the few dozen chairs in front of it. Concert seemingly concluded. Patrons, all smartly dressed and polished, are spread out all over the hall. Sophie starts confidently inside, producing an invitation from a purse that she flashed from a security guard, brought close and are led through without issue. That's so easy. A social setting like this one would usually prove quite challenging to an inexperienced candidate, but consider this even a small gift from your patron. I wouldn't procure for you a wearing faster, just remember what I told you, while taking small steps. This one I have a soft spot for, don't damage her. That whole Torador thing with having blending in with humanity better than most vampires. Let's see here. There he is. Somewhere in the crowd, like... somewhere in the crowd flashes a heart-melting smile, and suddenly, even you feel drawn to her. You haven't thought about it before, but it's laid clear before you in this moment. It's always beautiful just looking at her approach, just being with her makes you feel elated. Everyone in the crowd puts face to the man who's almost tripping over himself. Rachel clearly agrees. Oh, she just had a very present. Edgar, I'm so happy to see you. How's your daughter? Is she with you? Oh, there she is. Julie, my girl, come over here, please. There's somebody I'd like you to meet. The young woman who walks across the hall can't be more than 19 years old. It's clear from her mismatched earrings and the partially faded purple hair dye that she doesn't fit this crowd. Well, do we get an image? No? Julie, this is Bones. I think the two of you should get acquainted while talk business with your dad. Awfully boring stuff, I assure you. Positive you like each other. Girl gives you a shy smile and nods towards the balcony step. She follows somewhere, unsure what it is exactly Sophie expects you to do. And here's the thing. Normally feeding's not this straightforward. Normally, well, here's the thing. Where's my Jack tutorial? You know, go feed on rich business suit guy, it's good blood. Go feed on bum, it's not that great blood. Go feed on a rat. It's pretty terrible, but at least get you by. No, instead we have this overly complicated, sophisticated shit. Like, guy in business suit, good blood. Random bum, not that great blood. Rat, it at least gets you a bar of blood, so, yeah, you rat sucker. Reach the clear space from Watch the entire lobby's visual eyes on Sophie. They listen intently, then laugh when she does. You saves the trouble figuring out the next step. Oh, there we go. Yeah, sure, I mean, that you know. First her wrist. Twirl the lips and gives herself a theatrical nip. Then to you, embarrassed but also hopeful. What, you into that sort of thing? You into the sort of thing? You into the whole biting thing? She blushes, her down the floor and nods. Could you, I mean, if you'd like, Miss Language tells me I swallows hard, avoids your eyes. They taste nice. I mean, to be fair, I don't really need a drink from her, but why would we? I think I refused it last time, didn't I? It caused a whole dramatic, sad scene. By the way, I mean, free drink is free. Why would we refuse? Take a forearm in your hands. A quick look around confirms nobody's watching. No security cameras cover this area. You bite down gently. We're not going for the neck. We sure went for the neck. Just a bit. So she's just giving you a letter for own violation. How is this possible? What was the masquerade? You need to ask Sophie. That's just pale amidst the bliss. It was just a taste, sweet, fresh, sanguine. You drink. And drink. Okay, stop me. No, stop. Try to go harder than you want. Yeah, I'm just seeing the bloodlines bar just doof. Oh no, stop, you idiot. Exactly, press F correctly. Don't worry from the go harder than you want. Still, the bite leaves just a tiny punctures. Also, by instinct, you lick them clean, and the two holes become concealed just like that. George now leaning on the wall. Pill wobbly on her feet by Pappy. She lets out a dreamy sigh, opens her eyes. Pure tears fall onto her shirt. Tears of joy. Someone's very into this. Thank you, please. Can you walk me downstairs, please? My dad, he doesn't know. I think it's a condition, Miss Langley told himself. Leans on you and as you walk. Go over to a bench. She takes a seat and smiles at you. Cover himself here disperses slowly. Look at her now, he's some residue hangs in there. Yes, she's pretty, maybe in beautiful, but not your type. What came over you before? Presents, everyone, presents. We haven't been explained how disciplines work. I had domain. There are particular vampires influence princes claim entire cities as the domains. Sometimes allowing less for vampires to claim domains within. Like for example, how LaCroix claimed, you know, LA as his domain. But yet Santa Monica was technically the domain of like Jeanette and Therese. Whereas, you know, Hollywood technically was an anarch domain, so the barony of Isaac Abrams. So stuff like that. But that means, like, literally, Manhattan could be have its own domain. Queens could have its own domain. The Bronx could have its own domain. You walk over to her. Hey, Cordelia, splendid talking to you. But we need you to get going. Give Julie my best wishes. Come with, Bones. Greg is waiting for you out front. It's near the car that Sophie addresses you. I can tell from your look that you took the opportunity. Good for you. That girl is exquisite, don't you think? You can tell by her demeanor, but she has so much passion, brings her a unique bouquet in her blood. She knows who we are? I think she knows who we are. That's not normal, right? That's... It's not usual, that much is true, but don't worry, she will do anything I tell her to. I won't say anything to anyone that I haven't put in her pretty head first. Have the next stop. Train wheels off this time. Gregory, fleshing matters, please. The driver takes the car over the Williamsburg Bridge. You say your thoughts. What do you do to the people back there? At the hall, they were all entranced. Even I was under spell. What was that? She smiles with satisfaction. That would church just the blood doing my bidding. Whatever town some that come from the legacy we inherit from our sire always can be learned from experience. That's why people make them feel me. It's more of the world and in greater detail than some kindred. I can will my body to move with unparalleled precision and grace, and more. All these skills make me who I am. They also help me hunt. That whole corridor thing present. How do I use my powers? What do I do? Use these talents? No one gave me a tutorial on buttons. You will have blood to do your bidding. Many times you find you do these things intuitively, almost passively. But making an entire room focus their attention on you, that's jumping the beast. Yeah, here's the thing. Well, Bruja, we have... We're mindful of our abilities. We have Potence. We have Celerity. And I forget what the last one is. Is it Aspects? Or is it... Potence? Celerity... I think it's Aspects, right? Let's go, Vampire. So... Bruja... Disciplines. Cause, you know, normally it's... Yeah, the problem with Bruja is they usually are rebellious. The whole anarchist thing, you very liable to that. But yeah. Then of course there's the true Bruja. That was a fun thing. Okay, but like powers. But like, try to find their discipline too. Ah, here we go. So now, yeah, they do get present to go to the... Huh, I wasn't sure about that. So technically, we could also have that corridor thing. Cause yeah, it's basically... They also have Venture thing. Venture have, you know, dominate, presence, fortitude. Cause there's a thing. I forgot about the ministry. That's a thing. Yeah, I want to do a bit of search right here. Vampire bloodlines generations, because, you know, that's a thing that bothers me still. Like generations. Because, you know, second generations are Pinch Shooter, Minok, Iradzilla. Third generation are all those antediluvians. Fourth generations are the Methuselah. Fifth generation. Lords of great power and evil the Camarero Savant. Sixth generation. Seventh generation, the Elders. Ah, and Ancilia. I forgot about Ancilia. Tenth generation young farmers are usually rebels against theirs, as they search for a path of their own in their eternal nights. But 11th, 12th, and 13th generations are mostly fledglings, new vampires, that stuff. 14th and 16th generation, or thin bloods mostly. I wonder, does the bloodlines thing have, you know, generations for people? Not really, not really. Like, I really wish there was a detail list. Ah, Reddit, help me out. Well, this is interesting. Okay, well, hell, that's actually a decent list. So, yeah, the generations of every character in Bloodlines. Apparently, the PC's an 8th generation. I wouldn't fucking believe that. I would put at least, like, 9 or 10, somewhere in there. But no, the player character is an 8th generation. The problem though is a lot of them are actually... Well, that's actually surprising, because that means you technically aren't that far down the chain. Because your side was apparently 7th, which made sense for you to be an 8th. The Coteries only the 7th generation. Hell, Therese is the 6th generation, so Therese technically is lower than the Coterie. It's like, wait, what? Exactly. Strauss is a 7th. I think it'd be lower. Nines is a 9th. Jack is a 10th. It's like, wait a second. Jack is a 10th generation? You technically lower generation than them. Yeah, because here's the thing. Bloodlines does not respect generations at all, really. So, Damsel, Scouter, or 12th generation, which... Yeah, everyone with a bit of seniority over you bossing you around, yet you have a lower generation than them. I know, right? Andres accepts, the sheriff accepts. The cabbie's... Yeah, first. Yeah, because the cabbie is totally Kane, right? Beckett's a 7th. Beckett's only a 7th? Sometimes I'm poor, put Beckett a bit higher. Fifi's a 10th, Ash is a 9th. Eh. Isaac is an 8th, which makes sense. Bertram's a 9th, Gary's a 9th. Mitnick and Mario 10th, because if Gary's a 9th, of course they'd be a 10th. Your average Trevorhead is 13th. Boone Giovanni's 8th, Fishes 7th. Uh-huh. Grout would be a 6th, eh? Uh-huh. Okay, sorry, I got distracted with, bloodlines and all that. Okay, anyway. First, keep the masquerade in mind, however. So fine if you can disappear in plain sight or command animals with your mind, but save those over towns for the right place and time. Well, let's see. We don't have access to the obfuscate. We don't have access to animalism, so it only takes you half an hour to reach the park at this time of night. Both you and Sophie leave the car with Greg, who you left behind to find parking spot and keep an eye on the car. Sophie seems deep in thought. She takes in the surroundings with a dreamy gaze. The sky is surprisingly clear tonight. The stars just barely visible on the light polluted aura of the city. I feel like having a snack myself. I'll be by the fountain. Go look for someone to your liking. See what fetch you can achieve with your blood. But only pick one victim. Just one. Then come back. Seeing how she seems not all to go for here right now, you decide to leave Sophie to her own device and seek out your prey. Here it looks like you have a few choices. Take a stroll around the park. Finding an isolated jar or someone like them could work, but focusing on one area might work better. The nearest state pavilion might work as a secluded spot. There's a skate park nearby, in worst case scenario there's bound to be some unfortunate wino around. Where the tennis courts maybe? There's light coming from them. So now when you still might be playing a late night match. They won't be alone, but they might be tired and let their guard down. All you should know is play out your mind. You really planning out how to assault a stranger in the middle of the night. It's a weird way to be, but now familiar hunger it prompts you to act. We take a walk but not feed. We don't really need to feed. But let's hunt near the decrepit pavilion. Make our way to the park's most well-known landmarks. The round scout in the New York State Pavilion with its two vaguely futuristic-looking towers. You'll get lucky with the skate park, not. You'll know the skate park is not deserted. Instead, a group of skaters get with there, talking loud and listening to music playing out over crackling smartphone speakers. It's time to have a quick look around your identified potential film. A sleepy backlight leaned back on a bench, a shopping cart full of what looks like trash nearby. One might be the right opportunity to take. So I could just feed on the sleeping backlight, not the best blood. Or you could grab one of the skater's attention. Both presents. But would we just grab one, or would we grab all of them? Fuck it, roll the dice. We have presents after all. Actually, we would have presents if it would have been true. Actually, we would have presents on all these characters if you think about it. If you think about it, on any of the player character choices, we would have presents. Because A. Torador, presents. B. Ventru, presents. C. Bruja, presents. So yeah. Think back to what Sophie did in the hall, how she managed to focus the attention of the entire gathering crowd. That might be a tall order for you, but a single person? Could it be doable? Use mesmerize on one person. It should be usable. A guy who's talking on his phone. away from the camera, he's having a heated discussion with some a relative or partner. It's not going well. Yo, this talk's over. I said, shut the fuck up. Hey, you hear me? Shut up. Call me when you get some fucking sense in your stupid brain, okay? The car proudly and almost throws the phone to the ground in frustration. Rough night. He's got an angry expression on his face and the tears welling in his eyes. But he gives you a curious look and even a bit of a shy smile. Yeah, you could say that. So what up? Oh, I got just a kill for that downer. I something that will put a smile on your face. If you're so far away from his buddies. We may tell your believers what's happened, but you see your influence fading. You take your chance at lunch. Fan sink into his faux shoulders. He shows and lets out a moan, his opponent's fade man. You hear the casing crack. Blood tastes like a clash of high emotion and melancholy. Lays for some artificial stimuli you can't quite place. An energy drink? Recreational drug? It's a strange mix. What are the chances they were surprised to escape from the mission for vulnerable? You hasten to finish drinking and drag the guy over to the pavilion. Here's the thing you should have not sunk your teeth into him and then just yanked him away into the darkness. You drag the guy over to the pavilion. When you turn around, you realize you're not alone. The man is looking menacingly at you. So, what do you think you're doing barging in on my turf like this, Lick? Lick being, you know. A derogatory term usually used to address young and inexperienced vampires. Does a bot use that a lot? I want his teeth. Like, what kind of slur is that? What is that supposed to even mean? Don't kill me, I know what you are. Shove you that masquerade blowjob up your ass. You better tell me who you are before my posse shows up and we beat it out of you. I mean... Here's the thing, we are a bruja. We need to embrace our inner bruja. Feel that blood start to boil. Feel that anger rise from within. Give in to your potence and start punching holes in people. You're not bad, but I'm saying you're just a chump. Want to prove me wrong? Then it gives you a streaming ass that compares his fangs. You want to push your luck down, Park. My crew is in there for one shot away. You're DOE in, done. Get what I'm saying? Do you want to dance? Let's dance. Want something through? I'm gonna hand you over to Callahan. You're going to be sorry to finish you off instead. I mean, it's hilarity. Nah, I feel like attacking. You decide the time for talking to you rush him. You rush him and throw him off balance, standing on the ground. He's fast but weak. The brawl takes a bit out of both of you. But I wanted to potent. So you hear a heavy footsteps closing in. It's like a snatch from over you. He hits a tree hard and before he can recover, a sharp piece of wood pierces his chest. Miss Gregory, Sophia's driver who deals with the blow. Philip was rendered inert. The eyes remain open but he does not move and does not protest when Gregory puts him over his shoulder. Hi, Gregory. Miss Langley is waiting for us. Come, before your snack wakes up. Once you've entered, moves just coming to and gives you a somewhat snarky smile, then breaks into a swift walk towards the Unisville. So how did you get here this fast? I was watching from afar. Miss Langley asked me to look out for you. She suspected you'd get into trouble. Seems to realize he might have said too much and just keeps walking somewhat embarrassed. Reach the universe to account for her. The hurling in tow, two figures of his from the sculpture. Man and woman tangled in passionate embrace. Don't know exactly Sophie feeling, but this whole scene, this episode looks like a pale getting intimate in public. She pulls off like she's done it 100 times before. Virtue that she probably has. Man's not sure on his PA. She lets it go. He's approached the nearby bed. She knows him. She whispers something to herself and leaves him. She noticed the Gregory as she approached. What do we have here? Did this Kendra give you trouble, Walls? Mention the Callahan. Ring any bells? Said something about presenting me to somebody named Callahan. Never heard of him? She got a shock for a split second, then comes to her regular countenance. Yes, I have. This Hurlem is Anarch then? Garrett's Corona Pocket has not been claimed by any Kendra last I checked. So the Anarch movement vampire set that poses the tyranny of power and has placed itself outside the secret society of the Camarilla. Yeah, the whole time playing this is like, but what about the Sabbat? But what about the Sabbat? But what about the Sabbat? Because, you know. But what about the Sabbat? So the Sabbat has given up on controlling the cities of America and plotted the war so into the world. However, most of the domains are still outbound to the Camarilla. So they basically mostly just poofed out of America. Well, there you go. Let's go to call apartment in the trunk and presume to quiet her tomorrow night. I'm sure it'll be light to make this unbound acquaintance. Gregory carries a state vampire and dumps her in the car's trunk like a mannequin. It's a strange sight, and you're quite happy that you're in that poor fucker's shoes right now. It's not surprising that you can get away with just casually throwing a stiff into your car and drive away, but then you remember that Sophie's been doing this for longer than you have. Still, the night he thought that anything you did tonight could have been recorded on a CCTV camera, picked up by a random half-decent smartphone and streamed online, fills you with dread. Hiding and using Perry is dangerous. Business is clear that this whole being a vampire thing has about as many caveats as it has perks. Take care of your headspace by Sophie's words. Pick up tomorrow night. Same tonight, I have some business to attend to at Elysium, and I expect you to accompany me. Find your friend in the back needs to be properly introduced to Creator. And the Prince, I'm sure, have some interesting things to say to the court. Voices cold, cruel, and Nothing like the enchanting personality you showed at the gallery earlier tonight. Sophie's clear woman of many faces. What's going to happen to him? The usual imagine interrogate the creator. From the patron of the gallery, a quick trial with the prince intends if she's there tomorrow night. Swift execution is the verdict. Star sounds eerily familiar to you, and you can't help but feel pang of guilt when you think about what awaits the sky tomorrow night. Well, here's the thing: if he's an anarch, won't that piss off the anarchs, and won't that cause issues down the line? Just saying. You don't tell me how your hunting went. Getting the hang of it, I would hope. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'll cope. I'm glad. She had a question forward. She seemed distracted. Not all that, her thoughts drift and the car remains silent until you reach your apartment. Pick you up tomorrow evening. Good night. Just like that, without any further courtesy, Sophie leaves. Driven to her apartment by Gregor with her body in the trunk, right in the middle of Manhattan. She crossed paths from situations like this in the past unknowingly. What else seriously passed on the streets without knowing their true nature? Your haven. Oh yeah, by the way, the card. The social system of a city's kindred resembling the feudal system of mortals. At the top is the prince. Below them, the members of the Primogen Council, which is basically the clan, numerous clans of leaders and all that. So far, we haven't really been told what clans really do yet. We haven't really been told about clans. Orders of domain in the domains maintained by a sheriff. The caverns are organized in secret sanctuaries known as Elysiums. Haven, a vampire's home or base where they find sanctuary from the sun. It's basically our domain. You learn something about yourself today and it will take time to process. You're not in the mood for television. The field boards on the shelves in the apartment read for language you don't speak or sound like a boring read. Nothing left to do but rest, you said, or in the back room, locked the door, a moment of hesitation within the decision. This time you turn the light off. You think back to Julie, how many people in the city know about this vampiric society, how many are wearing accomplices and sustaining it. Then the thank you man in the park. If he's not Camarero, then what is he? They're independent vampires? How does that work? More crashes begin wondering if there's ever going to be a night when you can start crossing them off the list instead of adding to it. Close your eyes. You sink into the now familiar void of nothingness. Greet you with open arms, like an old friend. So yeah, we don't get to do anything, we just get to rest. But I feel like an hour is fine enough. Let's end the video here. I forgot how long this is going to take. Probably several hours, at least. All the reading, all the decisions that don't really matter in the long run, but you know. It's the journey. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all and have a nice day.